So there may be, as I was saying, there may be very, very few people for the circle tonight, which is fine. And we'll just cover a little bit more, work a little bit more with people. I got several events coming up. And first, I wanted to find out, Patty, what are you thinking of the workshop so far?
Are you kidding? I love it. It's blowing me away. And Mark, the flow is just fantastic. It's just wonderful. Good. I don't know what else to say. It's just fantastic.
I'll try to maintain it.
Pardon?
I'll try to maintain it.
Oh, you are. You don't have to try. You are.
Cool. What about you, Michelle? How's the workshop going? Well, there's so few of us here.
The fact that, number one, I'm happy that it's recorded so that if I miss something, I can go back, which I did in the beginning. Cool. And I have little children here that are my responsibility. So you only get like 50% of my attention. So I'm trying to pay attention especially to the homework. But the class itself is fabulous. And meeting everybody's needs as far as I can tell. But over the years that I've been exposed to your techniques, I think that things are changing a little bit. They are for me, and I don't know if they're changing for you. But I think that things are either more like the universe is helping more, or God is helping more. Like I was trying to say earlier, about 20 years ago, I learned Reiki, and if it was mental, you had to make this symbol. And if it was physical for your belly, you made this symbol. If it was distance, you did this symbol. Now it's the universe is working through you. Just let it happen. So that's
let it rip.
So anyway, I'm happy with it. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's good. Thank you for sharing that. That's good. And let's see. All right, we'll wait for another minute. God, this is going to be easy tonight. And fast, unfortunately. But oh, God. Let me see here. Yeah, Nini, someday I highly recommend a workshop for you. Truly.
Yes, I will make time.
And whenever you do, that'd be great.
Yes, I will. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. So far, so good. Thank you, God.
I know it will be.
All right, I got my chapstick on, and so I guess we should start. Good old chapstick. And I think Aquaphor is so good. It's excellent. For any kind of chap stuff, or even like a scab or whatever, a little cut or whatever. But one thing that it does, like any petroleum jelly product, after its usefulness, it dries out. The petroleum jelly part, it dries out, and then you got to reapply it, or your lips stay dry. And so they don't tell you that though. And it's not what they promote. All right, my dear friends, we got a few things that are going to be coming up. All right, so on 4/7, that's the 7th, there's a healing clinic at 4 p.m. And then on 4/26, we have another 4-day workshop, Awaken the Healer Within, Going Beyond. And whoever's interested in that. And then on 4/28 at 6 p.m., that's a Thursday, and let me write in Thursday, there's a healing clinic, another healing clinic. And that'll pretty much run, the healing clinics will then begin to run every other week for up to 3 people the most. Unless there's a lot of people, then I'll start creating another day and time, or more often on Thursday. So that's everything. And then you got the appointments. When's the gathering, Lynn? Do you know?
May 11th.
It's 5/11 is the next gathering.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And I got the appointments if anyone's here, it's in office, or it can be on Zoom or FaceTime or Skype or telephone. I don't care. And take advantage of the appointments. And I don't know of anything else. Is that it, Lynn? I think so.
Yes.
All right.
It's my fault. There's not that many events this month.
Yeah, she's taking some time off.
Yes, I'm to blame. Thanks,
Mental
Michelle.
health is a big deal.
What's that, Michelle? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Mental health is a big deal.
Nah. Hey, look, not in my zany world. So we got to stay zany, you know. All right. All right. So anything, you might as well, you know, if anyone wants to ask any kind of questions or anything, I'll try to answer. Anything at all, please. Anything, Nini, that you can think of pertaining to healing or intuition or whatever, spirituality?
I'm okay for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sure. Patty, please.
I have a question. Mark, when you're working with healing with someone, and as you explain, as soon as you have the fire of desire in your heart to genuinely want to help this person in some way, are we getting immediate help from the source? Does it automatically just kick in that they're going to help?
It's even faster than immediate.
Even faster than, okay, so
Yeah.
there is that help coming always.
Always. And it's
Okay,
whatever's in mind, that's when it starts.
okay,
And the more directed it is, the more powerful the result will be.
I see.
Does that make sense, hon?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I
All
think
right,
you had mentioned it other times. I just wanted to make sure that's what you had said the other times
Yeah.
I listened.
There is no waiting time for anything. You know, all my life I've heard, and everyone else says that, oh, God will meet you halfway. There is no halfway. There's no such thing as halfway. That's someone else's thinking. And I personally don't find any validity in that. As soon as it's in mind, that it's like what we might call a prayer. And the prayer is a thought or something that we desire. Or a prayer is anything that we deeply need or want to project, because every word, every thought, every action is our living prayer. And so everything in that sense is a prayer. It can be constructive or destructive. God doesn't care as long as we're using the activity of it, but it's easier for us in our lives if it's constructive, if it's doing something. And the prayer has just as much empowerment, whether good things happen to good people, good things happen to bad people, you know? And so who are we to judge? But the idea is that bad people get wealthy too. Bad people get things. Bad people get their wishes because there was a deep desire and there was a striving for it, regardless of where it's coming from. But when it's coming from the heart, there's a change in the dynamic that is so much more evolved, and there's less that we have to work through in life when it's coming from the heart. If that makes sense. Hey, Joanne, how you doing?
Oh my God, I've been in so much pain. It's been awful. So I went and got an epidural, and that put me in a lot more pain. And it numbed my whole left side, and my feet have been prickly for a month. He hit a nerve, I guess. I've been
Yes.
a mess. I've been awful. So I did go on some muscle relaxers, and that has helped, but
Good.
nothing's getting rid of it.
Now tell me about your pain, please.
My
Where is
pain?
it? Yeah.
Well, some physical therapist really tore up my left side in September. He had me doing stuff that ended up with 2 lateral tears in the hip. And then I ended up with and that was September, and that's been bothering me. And then the tailbone, I fractured my tailbone in November, and I've got a lot of disc problems, and I've got spinal stenosis and osteoporosis and
Oh my God.
and 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 tendonitis and bursitis, and it all happened from really it started with the physical therapist, and I was going to him to avoid knee surgery so that I could continue hiking, and he was worse than a drill sergeant. He was really out of it. So I ended up with a lot of physical problems, and I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's starting to go away, and then it comes back. It's like the back heals a tiny bit, the hip heals,
Yeah.
and then I try and walk around the block. And I'm a hiker, haven't hiked since July of last year.
Oh,
Haven't biked, haven't gone to the gym. My life is sitting and reading books and praying.
wow. You're going through it, young lady.
Well, what is God trying to tell me?
Nothing. Nothing. Don't go back to that guy. But basically, and I hope you don't ever.
What's my lesson to be learned?
You know, sometimes the body goes awry, and you know, we start aging and deteriorating with our first breath,
Yeah,
with oxygenation.
yeah.
And you know,
I refuse to age. I'm 81. When I'm 91, you can talk to me about aging.
well, instead of calling it getting older,
All right.
I call it getting more experienced and wiser.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, my friends all had a big ceremony for me called my croning ceremony. Croning is a wise woman.
right.
25 people showed up and threw me a great big party.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I hope you had chocolate cake, you know, but and not vegan. I don't know. I don't want to say that. All right. So I know people that are vegan, many people.
Yeah.
So, and they're my friends too, for a
My
while.
son and his wife are vegan. Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to what we originally were talking about. And let me work with, what is it, your hip or your tailbone that are mostly right now discomfort?
It's all coming from my back. It's all the reason I think I'm having all the hip problems is everything is coming from my back. Yeah, and the tailbone. But the back has 6 discs that are affected, and I have spinal stenosis.
Okay. All righty. What I'd like to do is, and I realize your whole spinal system is teaming together and creating a lot more. So what I'd like to do is, how many daughters do you have?
1.
Okay. All righty. And so I'm going to work with the tailbone, because that might have been a causal that developed, and we can eventually the muscles that are attached to the spine that affected other parts of the spine and weakened them as well.
It all started actually 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it all started. it even started before that, because on my way hiking, I was in a bad car accident. She rolled the vehicle and we ended up in a ravine and we all ended up in the hospital,
Okay.
and
All right, but go,
it's, it's fine.
but what happened to your body beside, I don't want to know about the other stuff, rolling and everything else, but what happened in your body with that accident?
I had hurt my back badly and I had fractured my hip.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to work with the tailbone a little bit.
Sure.
All right. But what I'm going to need you to do is kind of relax and sit back and do whatever you have to do. Just relax. You may feel something happening in your tailbone area. And if you do, let me know, please. And be real short in the description. And
Because
not,
there's lots of burning in the whole spine. The last six discs off and on.
okay. But I'm not going to have a whole healing session with you here.
Yeah, right.
And so if you want that, let me know. We'll set up an appointment on it. All right. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is work with the tailbone a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, did you notice any dynamics in your tailbone?
I just kept saying the word God, and
Okay.
and I kept believing that there was a warm feeling.
Okay. Did you actually experience that warm feeling?
I'm not sure. I would
Okay.
just say that.
That's fine. Just curious. All right.
Because
So-
I do believe.
Oh, that's fine. That's great. I love it.
Mhm.
All right. Now, my perception and why I asked about how many children, daughters you had, because I saw a daughter, and I didn't know how many it was. And at the time of birthing with your daughter, and it happens quite often, not everyone is affected this way, the tailbone cracks, yours cracked. And that was the weakening. And that's why I went to, it was like one of the causals of situations in your life.
Okay.
And so I went there, and with many people, there's all kinds of changes that might happen when I work with them, if it is a tailbone injury or whatever. And so that's what I worked with you. And I'm most curious to find out sometime down the road if you notice change happening more quickly, a quickened change compared to what it's been, all this time. Makes sense, hon?
Sure. Yes, I think so.
Sure.
My daughter was here for a visit. I don't get to see her very often, and I just put her on a plane about an hour ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's neat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lovely.
Except we planned a lot of things, and I was in a wheelchair. I was.
I believe it. All right. I
But
believe
I'm
you.
doing better.
Good. Excellent. And let's see if this doesn't quicken stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And, you know, at your convenience, if you ever want to, you know, set up something, let me know, please. All right. Patty, my dear, anything in
Mark.
particular? Hi.
Well, I'd like some prayers for my mother-in-law today, some healing. She's 96. She's in Illinois. She just lost her sister and she's the only survivor of her family. So emotional trauma, loss, grieving, and she has a little bit of heart problems, you know, a lot of varicose veins, so her legs throb and swell, trouble walking. So none of these issues are going to be done with surgery because she's refusing at her age to have anything done.
Sure.
So, and she's a very lovely, gracious, accepting woman. And I just like to see that she can get a little bit of relief at this difficult emotional time for her, from
Okay.
some of these physical discomforts.
I understand. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work with her legs
Oh, perfect.
and see if we can help ease and bring a greater flow, a lot smoother flow through blood flow through her legs without the throbbing and stuff. That can be very uncomfortable.
Yes.
And later on, ask her at some point, you know,
Oh,
how
I
her
will. I'm talking to her tomorrow. Yes.
good. I'm going to do her right leg now. There we go. I felt it was a lot quicker of a flow through the left leg, and as she was facing me as I worked with her, and the right leg was a little more log jammed,
Okay. I understand.
and so and I finally felt that release, and let's see if that, you know, she can tell that there's a difference now,
Okay.
and she's coherent enough to express, correct?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, my pleasure. What about you?
Well, okay. Because of the family stress and the situation the past few weeks, I'm carrying a lot of tightness in my neck and it's starting to give me the neck headaches a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yes, I know. Yes, we have.
And with you, what's happening, you're getting, you in particular, are getting the effects from the stress that you've had, and the vessels are opening up more. And the veins and capillaries, everything's opening up more because your body wanted to relax. But while it's opening, your muscles are becoming constricted, in protection of it all.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, Mark. That's very interesting that you picked that up. Yes. Thank you. I felt a lot of the pressure was intense in the beginning. I could feel you intensifying it, and then it was just like melting away.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Thank you. I feel a lot of relief.
Good. And try to keep reimagining that.
I will. Thank you.
That's a reimagining,
Okay.
to image in action, not pretend, not fantasy, it's imagination. All right, good. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, blessings, Patty.
Thank you.
Michelle, yay.
Sorry, I don't know where the cursor is sometimes. Yay. While I'm going to be in the clinic in a few days with another issue, today I have skin cancer and I'm having surgery pretty soon, but it's on my right shin and it's not a big deal, like worry about it, but it's in a very strange place on your bone, on my bone, and it's the size of a quarter. And so they're telling me I'm gonna have to have plastic surgery after they're done doing the Mohs, which is just to cut it out. And I'm asking if there's anything you can do to make it smaller or to make it better, anything. Thanks.
Yeah, or, even having it go so perfectly. But
Sure.
I'm surprised, though, that you need plastic surgery after Mohs, because Mohs is supposed to be equivalent.
He said it's because it's on my bone, the middle of my shin, and the size of it. So right now, let's just say it's red. It's the size of a dime, but the red spot is the size of 2 quarters, and it's been red for months. So they think they have to do this.
Margin. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not worried about the looks of it. I'm worried about healing it. That's all. So, I'm not going out in shorts anytime soon. I just want it to be healed properly. My legs are a mess. You've worked on them before. It has to do with the veins not doing a good job. But this is a bonus. Like, I want that gone. I've done a lot of good things with you. You've helped me with my blood pressure. You've helped me with my breathing. You've helped me with so many things. And I did a few good things this year. I stopped eating sugar for the most part. It's things, but ice cream and chocolate, no joke, every single day. I lost 27 pounds. Thank you very much. My blood pressure, thanks to you and that, went normal so I could get off the medicine. And then this cancer, what the hell? Sorry. So I'm asking.
Get it out. You just get it out of me,
Or go beautifully, whatever you said. But any help with that would be awesome.
All right. I'm going to, that's on your right shin, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about all the noise.
I don't even hear it.
Feels cold. Feels like you know just where it is. That's fun. Feels really cold.
That's the anesthesia.
Liquid nitrogen. All right. Feels like roto-rooter, like you're going all around it.
There. There.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, when you were talking about roto-rooter, the anesthesia part that I had mentioned, that was, in my perception, I was seeing it was making it numb because there was an intense heat going in to burn out.
Well, whatever it was, you made it nice and cold, and then it felt like you went down to the, I don't know what it really looks like, but I've seen pictures of what it might look like. And it's like you tried to take care of everything. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's see. And please, please, please let me know.
Oh yeah,
Please.
thank you.
All right, my dear. Awesome. Awesome. Nini, please, anything you could think of.
I just would like a blessing from you tonight.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. What I asked a blessing on you, and also I kept getting
you.
there's even so much more of the godliness that wants to share with you in your
Mhm.
life,
Okay.
and it's trying to find how, and it's trying to find that presence within you that wants to share with you.
Okay.
All right.
I will work on that. Thank you.
Sure. My total pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joanne, how do you feel in your tailbone area? Can you tell if there's any difference, or little or a lot or none or some? I can't hear you, hon. I'm sorry.
It feels warm, is how it feels. And
Okay.
you know, I'm on these muscle relaxers, so it's so hard to know. But
Oh, sure.
I'm not taking a lot of them anymore. I was supposed to take 3 a day, and I cut myself down to 1.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. All right. Yeah. Let's see if this doesn't begin to help
Yeah.
the situation to some degree. And if you keep me updated, that'd be great. You know, if you ever want to set something up, fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Lynn, is there anything that you can think of for you?
Hello there. Yes. Well, not for myself. There's a couple of people I have in mind, but My mother-in-law, yeah, she broke her arm a while back and she wants to get back to driving. And
Left
so,
arm.
yes, yeah. And so I don't know if it's her arm that's really giving her grief anymore, or just the fact that through the lack of walking that she's not stable on her feet anymore. So I know, pick one. I know this routine.
Yeah.
I guess the
Yeah.
feet.
I'm sorry.
I guess the feet would be more important than the arm.
Yeah, but all the parts of her body that are acting up, they're almost all equal in their discomforts. And there's, in my perception, without playing psychic or anything else, the um, the what I got on the left arm, it's weak and it's irritated,
Yes.
and that can create dysfunction as well,
Mm-hmm.
and help the other parts of the body to remember to stay dysfunctional.
Ah,
And so I'm gonna work with, it's not necessarily her feet, except for the bony area that touches the floor. That's what's bothering her.
yes.
And like on the ball of the foot and on the heel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to work with the left arm a little bit.
Thank you.
And hopefully this will help her take, it's almost like the mind of the psyche off the discomfort of the left arm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see if that helps somewhat in giving some relief. And I want to ask a blessing on her.
Thank you.
She sure ain't feisty like she used to be.
No. Correct.
Let's see if she can't get back to a little more feisty.
Yeah, you've got her so pegged. Yes. I think once she gets back to being able to go out on her own again, she won't have time to focus on
Yeah.
what ails her.
Yeah. And her inadequacies now and fears.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
you.
She has an eternal fear that, she's dwindling away, and she
Yes.
has no control over it now.
Yes. Yes, because she saw her mother fall, and that was pretty much her demise.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. We live and we learn from
Mm-hmm.
other situations and people in our lives. All right. And what about you? Anything?
Blessing.
You got it. As you take the heart in being of having fun when you're on your vacation, then you won't feel awkward just living your life during the vacation. You won't feel the vacation won't feel displaced like you're just working. Try to keep in mind to have fun and go into that mind. Otherwise, you're going to be working and taking care of, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes. I am so tuned to working that it's going to be difficult for me to actually stop working.
I understand. So you got to make space and keep in mind the fun part.
Yes. I'll take up dancing again.
Whatever you do, whatever you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. You got to have some time for yourself, though, to remember what vacation is, what fun is, and for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Road trip.
There you go. Hey, that's cool. All right. Any questions, any comments? Please, about anything I can try to answer. Anything. Anything, Nini?
I'm okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
good. Sure.
I
Sure,
was
Jo-
just, I was just hoping that we could do some kind of a quiet time regarding Ukraine, a blessing.
No, you can
No?
do it. You
Okay,
can do it.
okay.
And feel free.
Yeah,
Time in your life. The more heart you put into it, the greater. All right, awesome. But not here.
okay,
And I do it on my private time too.
yes. Mhm.
Awesome. Yes, Petty.
Hey, Mark, I just want to give you an update on my neck. It's so funny. I'm trying not to laugh in front of everybody. It feels like my neck, I can't get the marionette out of my head. You know how they bobble their head around? And it like a howdy doody head. And it's like, it just feels so wonderful, but that's the vision I'm getting. It's totally released. It's like a marionette. So that was my vision. Thank you so much. Because it was
You're right. You
really
keep
hard.
remembering that though. That's why
I
we're here.
will, because it's so funny.
Are you in a little tutu with a little pink tutu with lace and stuff like that?
No, I just keep seeing howdy doody in that head
Oh,
going, doing, 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 doing.
I like how
Doing. Like, there's no pain. There's no pain with that. Like a puppet, like a marionette, not a puppet, a
when you
marionette.
see the puppet howdy doody, picture these big red shoes on it, flopping, on the ground.
Okay. His face is funny enough. I'm good enough with the
I know, with
face.
the freckles.
Yeah. So thank you so much. You gave me something to laugh about.
Keep remembering that though.
I will.
And picture yourself waking up tomorrow morning when you go to sleep tonight. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow morning, seeing that.
Okay.
And let me know at the workshop.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
Awesome. We'll let Michelle and I know. All right. Any other questions I can try to answer? But go ahead, Michelle.
Sorry to do that. I just want to thank you for cooling me off, and I'm optimistic now.
All righty. Have fun, everyone. Joanne, thank you. Nini, thank you. Patty, Michelle, Lynn, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
thank
Mark.
you.
Thank you too, Mark.
Thank you.
Blessings. Have fun, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too.